Those of you that have got your back to this screen over here might want to turn around. It's a bit of a visual picture show because I'm not that good with words. Let me begin. Obviously I want to welcome everyone here today as you have all played some part, however big or small, in the lives of Adam and Vicky. I know your presence here today is important to them, and I can still hear kids outside. Put me off. I should start by saying thank you all for coming, but let's be honest, a bit of free grub and a nice day out isn't really something you lot deserve thanks for. I should also explain how I know the bride. Being her brother, we first met long before we can both remember. There's nothing I wouldn't do for her. Likewise, there's nothing she wouldn't do for me. In fact, we've spent most of our lives doing nothing for each other. So I'm Dan, Vicky's brother, and I drink Jack Daniels and Coke, all kinds of lager. Now I have the dubious pleasure of making the first speech. I'm the warm-up act for the star speakers, Adam and Bill, so don't expect much from this. Today I've taken the role that is traditionally father of the bride. Fortunately, I didn't take the financial burden, which is normally linked to that role. So like you lot, I'm on a bit of a jolly. On the subject of my role today, I am obviously honoured and totes emotion at my sister asking me to give her away. I'm very chuffed. I gave my mum away at her latest wedding. So we've just got Maria left now, and we're going to do a raffle later. Being that Vicky and myself originate from Devon, I guess I should expect some banter from the more immature people of you here today. So I look forward to that. For the record though, we are purely brother and sister and distant cousins. I think she's my auntie somewhere along the line. What a great day though, great ceremony. I found it very emotional. I think a lot of you did. Even the cakes and tears. Vicky, Vic, Victoria, Plummy, and many other names I've called you in the past, but I cannot repeat today. My sister, her children's mother, my mum's daughter, and now Adam's wife. As you can tell, she's the older sibling. And we obviously grew up together. I'll admit, like any normal family, we've had our ups and downs, but I want you all to know that any argument we ever had, any disagreement, no matter how big or small, any minor discrepancy, she was always in the wrong, and I was right. We're due a rift anyway soon, so there's no point in holding back. From a very early age, I realised Vicky was the dominant sibling. I think you'll all agree she'll be quite scary. Keep her on side and you'll see a loyal, loving and caring person who is actually sometimes alright to be around. But by God, you cross her path and she will strike down upon you with great vengeance and furious anger. Stay on side, people. Although she's done some horrific things to me growing up, such as tricked me into selling my pound coins for her much larger 2p coins, he still gets me with that, or sending me down steep hills in shopping trolleys. I still remember the very day when I took charge in a physical sense. Not like that. The day I would no longer be the victim of the Chinese burn, the dry scrub, or the simple yet effective nipple twist. The day I stood my ground and for the first time I saw fear in her eyes. That was when I thought life would change forever. Unfortunately, from a mental level, I continue to be tormented and dominated. And we're too old to wrestle now. After all of this, I wouldn't change a thing about her. Why would you? I'm proud she's my sister, and I'm proud after 35 years she finally grew up. Most of all, though, on a serious note, I'm proud of seeing her take to motherhood. I've never told her this, but out of everything, I'm most impressed with how she took to being a mum. Makes me damn near drop a tear. She would give her life for my niece and nephew, and in many ways has done this. Gone are those crazy days, although a few do creep in every now and then. I'm also proud of how she finally found someone like Adam. He really does bring out the best of her, but at the same time he's very lucky to have her. As a protected brother, I've obviously been studying Adam intently for the last 4 or 5 years to ascertain his intentions. While in the early days, I'll admit I wasn't 100% sure, as he hadn't once tried to pay for my approval. I can safely say he's now passed my assessment with flying colours. We'll be getting a certificate later today after the raffle. It's also nice to Vicky to finally find someone that can fix my car on the cheap. Adam is fantastic with Leo, pretty much keeps up with Vicky demands, and let's be honest, if between the two of them they can come up with something as beautiful as this, there's an advert for a great mix. I've learned, if he had to, he's the kind of guy that would work 24 hours a day to provide for his family. He would also beat anyone that tried to cause any pain to my sister. This to me is vital. Unfortunately, I think that includes me, but then I do have bargaining tools on my side. I recently got to know Adam's friends a lot better at his stag do. Although I obviously can't discuss specific details, I will say he has a great bunch of mates. This to me is important. It says a lot about him and his judge of character. You genuinely do make a great couple. I'm so pleased to be here today to celebrate this, and I wish you both all the happiness in the future, and I look forward to seeing you grow old together. Anyone that's still awake, if you could raise your glass with me, and someone give Nan a nudge, she's probably asleep. And let's all make a toast to Vicky and Adam. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, my speech today will be like a mini-skirt. Long enough to cover the essentials, but short enough to hold your attention. Please make sure your glasses are charged, ready for a few toasts. I've also got a few presents I'm going to hand out as well, but I'll do that as I go through them all. You sort of ruined one of my gags. That's about who's going to be putting money behind the bar for your contribution, but you've made it clear you're not contributing. So, hang on, let me just go through a few of these cards now to teach you a joke. But no, seriously, thank you very much for your speech and your kind words. Thank you for giving Vic away. I'm sure she's very proud of you. You've done a good job. It was alright, apparently. Nice. On behalf of me and my wife, I'd like to say thank you very much to everyone for coming. You all look spot on. Pots, I think you've let it down now because you've been out there. Everyone was looking pretty dapper. Thanks, I managed to keep that gag in purely because of you. Unfortunately, I'd like to say that not everyone is here that we wanted here. Friends, family, they're no longer with us and whatnot. So, we raise a glass, please. Okay, Ali. Ali, thanks very much for your huge contribution to the day. Wouldn't be what it is without it, so thank you very much. And thanks for letting me be a part of your family, even after one of the first times when I stayed at your house, resulting in lots of alcohol.
Sick.
And sick on your bathroom. You never let me forget. for putting up with me. And there's a little gift from us. To my mum and Colin, we thank you very much for your contribution as well. Very kind of you. It's helped out a lot. We'd also like to say, just while you're here, thank you very much for helping us with Layla throughout the whole time. Really helps. I know you've got a nice little bond with them. And thanks very much for everything you've done for me personally. I hope you're proud of me. Okay, only a few more thanks. Faye, thank you very much for all the little flowers you've done, the whatever thingy. The bouquets, they're lovely. Thank you very much. Yes, would you like to come over and get your present? Just for anyone else that needs flowers or anything like that.
Faye, Julie.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Free advertising. Big thanks to Bouncy Mac over there, who's organised.
Screwing up my whole wedding.
I don't think anyone noticed.
No.
I love Cliff. I love Cliff and Chip.
No, seriously, thank you very much for all the music, bouncy castles. And all the other bits and help you've done for Vicky, digging out stuff she needs. Hey. Sheridan Moore Photography, which is Gemma and absent Ben. I love Ben. Thank you very much for all the photos. I'm sure they're going to be brilliant. As they always are. Thank you very much for the pre-wedding photos as well. It's been really nice. And Gemma hasn't got a present.
Yeah, she's bridesmaid.
Bridesmaid.
Ben's got nothing.
I can't hand out presents without. They're not even here either. Presents for Leah and Layla.
Yeah, we'll do that later.
Okay, but they look nice. To the bridesmaids. Right. You all look stunning, gorgeous, and I'm actually quite impressed as well, because you didn't scrub up as well as you did. A little wanky, Gemma, because you've got a pregnancy bump that adds to it. I like it. And thanks very much for, basically everything you've done helping out. It's been brilliant. Thank you very much for organising Vic's Portugal hen do for I'm going to say thanks for Milton Keynes one, even though by midnight she was asleep underneath a table in a nightclub and had to be escorted out by the bouncers. Can I just raise a glass for the bridesmaids, please? Hey. And I've got little gifts for all of you. If you'd like to come up, please. That's Gemma. Show off your bum. Use that wheelchair.
Start it out, Jim.
Gemma, brilliant.
Lindsay? Mr Morley, best man. I'd like to say thanks to my best man Bill, although I'm not sure I actually like him, especially after my stag do, which resulted in me nearly drowning on the whitewater rafting, being shot at point blank range by over 10 guys with paintball guns, and basically dressing me up as a lady, which you all saw, and that was a lady, dressed up as the ladies there at the horses. Other horse races there. And for the amount of shots I drank on my stag do, which was just ridiculous. I have a couple of presents here for you, mate. you'd like to come over and grab them. This one's a bit more advertising. It's a bit of a weird gift to get someone, but if anyone wants to work with it. We've been friends for the last 27 years, I think. Never really fell out. Always got on well. He's always been there for me when I needed him through important things have gone in my life and whatnot. And yeah, I'm very happy he's here to be my best man. He's a good lad most of the time. And now to Vicky, my gorgeous wife. I'm happy I get to read this bit out because I don't have to remember, but I was a bit worried that I wouldn't be able to say it, but you do look stunning. Really was impressed, and yeah, as a few of you actually saw that, you might have the words "wow" as she come down the aisle, which I'm sure you'll all agree was amazing. Not only do I think you're gorgeous, but you are just a perfect mum to my child and also to Leo. Couldn't ask for anyone else to be mother to my child. Just brilliant, I've got to give you that. The biggest thanks goes to you though, for all the stalking you've done. I don't know if many of you know this, but I met Vicky at work. I wasn't 100% sure how she was, what she was going to be like, but with persistency, after phone calls, emails, phone calls all through the night, I think I got up to 25 missed calls for a couple of nights. I finally said, okay, I'll come on a date with you. To be fair, I'm glad I did, because I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be as happy as what I am now. I'd probably be in Australia. Sunshine, nice pool. I'm here and I'm
in there with a pool.
But no, I'm more than happy. You're the luckiest man alive and you're absolutely bombs through these now. But basically, I'm going to pass on to my best man to do his speech, which I'm sure is going to have a few of his speeches. He is notorious for his lies. He's got one hell of an imagination on him as well. So just laugh along. He's quite a delicate soul, so just give him when you think it's necessary. But yeah, to Bill.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, Bill. I once heard that the best man speech should last about as long as the groom does in bed. So, well, firstly, I cannot go any further without saying how beautiful the bridesmaids are looking today. I mean, Lindsay and Maria looking very lovely indeed. Gemma over there looking healthy, do they say? So unfortunately for the single men out there looking to bag yourself a bridesmaid tonight, I think someone beat you to it.
African Gemma Day or something.
Let's get today's flower girl, Layla Ray.
Trampoline.
Looking as cute as ever. And what can I say about the beautiful bride? It's absolutely stunning. I mean, she's always been a bit of a milf, but I think the sleeping path of all the men in this room. When we saw you turn up at the ceremony earlier, all our pants got a little bit tighter. Let me just introduce myself anyway. for the lucky few that don't know me, my name is Bill, and I've been best friends with Adam for 26 years now. I've never been great at maths, so. A little too long for my liking, but by the look on his face, I think this could be the end. And can I just say, great speeches before me there, fellas. Thanks for piling on the pressure. Good work, Daniel, with a slideshow. But don't worry, you're safe from any sort of cheap jokes in this speech. I mean, being from Devon and being both the bride's brother and father today, I mean, what was I going to do with that? And let's not forget about the ushers, Lee and Bob.
Hey.
Hey. I'm sure you all agree they've done a great job today. We did have a few problems getting them into their suits, but nothing we couldn't sort. We simply swapped the 34-inch label that Lee was determined to fit into onto the 38-inch trousers, and so we'll never know about that. And then a bit of bra padding in Rob's shirt to hide those ridiculous nipples. On behalf of Bill and Adam, I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you for sharing their special day. I know how much hard work went into organising today, and I do really appreciate you all being here. Although personally, I'd wish you'd all stayed at home, because it would have made this bit a whole lot easier. It was following an all-day drinking session Adam asked me to be his best man. So we'll never know if it was a drunken mistake or not, but he was stuck with me. I remember it vividly as he was cutting up raw chicken for the barbecue he was having. So after all the hugs and man love was over, I came out of that kitchen like a walking strain of salmonella. Joking aside though, I am very honoured to be standing here today, as scary as it is, and also very glad I've got an extra pair of pants with me too. I'm pretty sure he's happy with my performance so far though. He's already signed me up for his next wedding. This is the first time I've had the honour of being the best man, so naturally I turned to the internet for a little help. So after a good few hours of searching on there, I did find some really good stuff, but then I remembered I was supposed to be looking at the speech I did. Well, so apart from this attempt at a speech, my other duties today traditionally are to hug the rings, which I wasn't really trusted with as they were passed on to a more responsible 9-year-old. Take Groom to the wedding on time, which was more like him dragging me here. And of course the stag do. So basically I was brought in just for that one thing. But luckily for me it's what I do best, get ridiculously drunk and take everyone down with me. For those of you familiar with stag do ruling, just like the Fight Club, the first rule of stag do is you do not talk about stag do. What I can tell you is that 18 of us went up to Newcastle and had one of the best weekends ever. I'd like to think we put Adam through quite a lot of pain and humiliation on that stag do, with all the activities and costumes we kept making him wear. But it turns out, dressing Adam as a lady doesn't seem like punishment at all. As soon as the dress went on, he was the happiest any of us have ever seen. The biggest shock for me, though, being the one that packed all the outfits, is when I gave him a dress to wear, he took his clothes off and he was already wearing a bra and panties. So. When everyone heard I was going to be the best man, the first thing they all said was I wouldn't be able to be serious, and I wouldn't be able to say complimentary things about Adam. And they were right. So in the 26 years we've known each other, so many stories I could tell, but unfortunately half of them just have no place at his wedding at all. And the other half result in me coming up a lot worse, so I won't be mentioning them either. I mean, the obvious cheap digs at Adam would be his enormous ears that you could easily fit H. Sammy's whole earring collection on. And his every piece of hairline, which is quite to the bitter end. Of course, being the good friend I am, I just wouldn't go there. Instead, I decided to go way, way back. Back to a time when his hairbrush needed more than a handful of bristles Back to a time even before me. So I tapped up his mum. So apparently, when Adam was very young, he couldn't pronounce the P sound. So Colin, I thought a koi carp would be like, Dolin, I dot a doi duck. But K's and C's being a struggle for this man, it's very hard to believe. So if you put an F between there, that's the only word you ever hear out of him on a night out. I'm told he also used to love nothing more than just strutting around in his birthday suit. His mum would dress him for the day, but as soon as she'd turn around for a minute or two, next thing you know, he'd be running down the road again, flashing his little pecker to the whole street. Well, this was always going to be Adam's worst few minutes of the day, wasn't it? Unfortunately for Vicky, though, her worst few minutes of the day are still yet to come. Adam was a brother to me for as long as I can remember. Loyal, caring, funny, hard-working, would do anything for his friends, and really is a genuine all-round great guy. When I'm married with kids, if I turn out to even be half the husband and father he is, I'm sure I'll have a very happy wife and kids at home. Enough about Adam though, no one's really here to see him. Today it's all about the beautiful bride. But stunning as she is today, it's safe to say that first impressions really aren't one of Vicky's strong points. So if you only just met her today, I can only apologise on her behalf and hope you see in the heart to give her another chance. I mean, think of your relationship with Vicky as like getting into a very hot bath. It's really painful at first dipping your bits in, but once you have passed that initial pain, it's all pleasure from there on. So let me tell you about the first time I met the beautiful bride. We're all out on a night out, and Adam turns to me and says, Vicky, the lovely girl from work who might be the one is out, you should really meet her. Okay mate, sounds great. I was in the pub bar, turned around, and there she was. But before I could say a word, she sunk her teeth deep into my arm like a pitbull. So someone had to beat her off. Other greetings that night I heard included slaps in the face, pinches, punches. So I was quite happy with my shot, right? Since that enjoyable night though, Vicky has proven to be everything Adam could have ever wished for. Beautiful, loving, funny, caring, supportive, but most importantly, an older lady. They're so in love it makes you sick sometimes though, especially with all their pet names for each other. Schnooks and Addy Waddy Woo Woo. And Mousy Mousy I heard once. So together with Layla and Leo, they now have the family he's always dreamed of. I could not think of anyone better to take over my place as his best friend for life.
I can imagine that.
So apparently I'm not supposed to provide some words of wisdom on married life, but seeing as I've never said a wise word in my life, I thought I'd read you all a poem summing up marriage instead. It's called The Perfect Groom. The perfect groom is gentle, never harsh, cruel or mean. He has a beautiful smile and keeps his face so clean. The perfect groom likes children and will raise them by your side. He'll be a good father and husband to his bride. The perfect groom loves cooking, cleaning and laundry too. He will do anything in his power to show his love for you. The perfect groom is sweet, writing poetry from your name. He's the best friend to your mother and kisses away your pain. He'll never make you cry or hurt you in any way. And if this poem stands to be true, then Adam, you really are gay. Now, finally, to the both of you, I wish you the most amazing and prosperous life together, and I'm assured that if you keep all the married life's ups and downs between the sheets, you'd have no trouble at all. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, will you please join me in most of glasses at a toast to love, to laughter, and to happy ever after.
after organising the whole room. And my brother found it on an email and just sent it back to me. So I just have a couple of words just to say to Adam, really, because he's done all the thank yous, so has Bill. So, I'll just read it. You didn't expect me to stand up or sit down and say something, did you? You know me, though. I love to talk about myself. Had a few things, but I don't want everyone to start yawning. It'll only take a moment. Whilst planning today, you mentioned a couple of times that I was always thinking of things that would get a laugh. I know you and I are an entertaining pair, although I think most will agree I'm far funnier. Today isn't just about all of that and how great I am. We've done all of this for our friends and family too. Not just for them to have a load of free food. You've already done that, but to help celebrate us completing our family. You may suggest I stalked you, you've actually said it, so it's Bill, even hounded you, but let's be honest, it worked. I know everyone here agrees we're perfect for each other. You brought out the best in me, and most people here know that I've had a bit of a crazy past, but that's exactly what it is, the past. Nearly 5 years now, and we've been together, and I think that just shows we've got something great. I mean, I've not even dumped you once, so I'm more than happy for you to inherit half of my debt. Seriously though, Adam, you are an amazing man. I feel safe, happy and loved with you, and I couldn't have asked for a better man to be a husband to me and a stepfather to my Leo. We have our beautiful Layla Ray. What more could we want? Apart from a 4-bedroom house in Oakridge Park, your Mitsubishi Warrior, and a big job for me. Anyway, Tarks, I just wanted to say thank you and I love you more than Chris.